Hey guys, how's it going? Oh man, tell you what, I'm glad for a hobby like this. Been on lockdown, everybody's talking about it. Yeah, so saws, doing stuff. I've got with me a MS261. So M-tronic, full M-tronic version. It only on the choke lever it only has on choke and off. It doesn't have the half choke option, so it's just full choke. The M-tronic system sorts that all out for you. What's been going on with this saw is that it stalls while it's idling. I'm tending to think that it's a clutch problem, but I don't have another clutch or a new clutch to test that out yet. But it could also be the seals. The other thing is it's causing an air leak, and it's beyond what the M-tronics can cope with, maybe. As I say, I'm not an expert on M-tronics, so I'm just doing sort of the, I guess what you call the old school stuff to figure out what's wrong with it rather than plug it in, because I don't have a pluggy anything, because you got to work for Stihl for that. Yeah. But anyway, quick hat adjustment then. It's got to happen. Should do it before I'm on camera maybe. That's enough of that. Right. So this MS660, I have. You can see it here. I've geared it all up for testing if there's air leaks. So the muffler's blocked off here. The carb is blocked off from there. So that's the intake, the exhaust port, and the impulse line all blocked off. And then I have a pump connected up through the spark plug, because I've got a fitting for that. I can show you that. And I haven't tested this side yet, so I just get a bit of soapy water, and we'll put it down in there, and then I'm going to go to about 10 psi, and just see what happens there. Okay, so it's actually when something's got a leaking seal, it really starts bubbling out here. I've seen it before with that. So that seal's tight. I've checked the flywheel side, because you check both seal sides. That's tight. It's possible that it could have an air leak up in the carb gasket, or maybe around where the cases meet. That's possible, but it is holding pressure, so that's not the issue here. I think it has not got a leak in it, which is a good thing. I would usually put it down to, I think it's one of two things now. I think it's either that the M-tronics needs to be reset somehow. You can only reset the third generation M-tronics yourself, as far as I'm aware. This is a second generation M-tronics which you cannot reset by yourself. I think it's got to be taken to Stihl and plugged in. Now, if you Google up Stihl at the moment, you will see that they have how to reset your M-tronic. I think that is only for the third generation M-tronics, like I said. So third generation M-tronics, I'm not sure if they're on the 500i, but I'm thinking so. But yeah, definitely for the fuel injection that has. And also the 462 has that third generation M-tronics, which you can actually just run on choke for 90 seconds and it will reset the saw. But these ones, no, not second gen, not first gen, definitely not first gen. So I'm just going to tip that water out of there. It's best, I've been working on this on my saw jig because basically it's easier when you're doing this kind of work to do. And yeah, so that's that. That is a pressure test. Couple of important things to realise about pressure test. One, you have to get the flywheel off because you want to do a pressure test on the flywheel side as well. I've already done that. That's come up tops. There's no leak in that seal. I could probably do it again if I take you over here. Don't know if you're going to see past that. Oh yeah, you can see in there. Sorry, you're going to get the bar in the way a bit. Yeah. So here we go. So squirty stuff. Put it in there. Comes with some bubbles. I like to blow them out of the way. Mind you, you'll see them if they... No, nothing. No bubbles. Nothing. So, and because it's holding pressure, you can really see that it's not got that leak. It's absolutely fine, both sides. So as I say, I was going to go on about how it's very important that when you're doing this sort of thing to block off your exhaust completely, block off your carb completely. So I use generally use small plastic bags actually that Stihl parts come in, and I just poke a couple of holes in them and double them up so they're nice and thick, and then sandwich them in there. I use the carb with the screws on that to block off the carb side, and that will get your impulse line and your intake side. And the other important thing to remember is if you've got a saw with a decomp on it, so here's the decomp, see I've taken it out. You want to take it out because these will have leaks in them. These will, so that's how it is when it's decompressing the saw. It pokes out, and then it's supposed to seal in the bottom there like that. But they still leak under a pressure test. They'll still leak. So it's really important to remember to take that out. So what I've got on here, just grab the camera. What I've got on here is a cap. I'll put a quick cap in there. And then you can see I've got a line running in to the spark plug hole to pressurize it. And that is connected up to, I actually use a bike pump. It's got a gauge on it. And with the gauge there, and that shows PSI, and you don't want to put it anything over 10 PSI, all right? 7 to 10 PSI, otherwise you're going to start wrecking stuff in the saw. You can start blowing out seals and things like that, and you're not going to get a proper test. So 7 to 10 PSI is what I recommend for that. Yeah, so that's about it for me, guys. I hope you are being sensible with the current world situation. I don't want to go on about it too much, but staying safe together out there, even as much as I hate saying stay safe out there, because I kind of feel like there's not much to stay safe from. But anyway, hey, it's a serious problem, and I'm not taking it lightly. We're on lockdown now, and in New Zealand, and that's the way it is for the next 4 weeks. I've had about 5 days of it so far, or something like that. But guys, yeah, check out this video if you want to know about pressure testing saws. It's fairly basic, it's fairly easy, but it does involve a bit of time because you've got to pull the saw mostly apart. Any questions, feel free to comment. I'm happy to answer them. But as always, I'll say see you later, and Stihl for life. Bye guys.